Hey friends, welcome back to another Halloween video. Today I have 3 Halloween breakfasts to share with you. They're all super cute and spooky, nothing gross this time, but very fun for the kids for Halloween. I've mentioned it before. I love making themed food. It brings me a lot of joy to see my kids like surprised by their breakfast and lunch and even dinner sometimes when I make it like themed for a holiday. So I really enjoy doing this, and I know some of you enjoy doing it too. So I hope this gives you some ideas to try for your family. Now let's go ahead and get into these. First up, we have these little sausage mummies. I always see people do this with hot dogs, but I was like, I think that would work really well with some little frozen breakfast sausages. So I'm just going to take 1 tube of crescent rolls, and you could cut each little triangle into a bunch of little strips, but I just like cut part of each one off because there's only 8 crescent rolls in the package, but there's 10 pieces of sausage. So I needed a little bit extra. But you could just cut it all into strips and just put as much as you want on each piece of sausage. I just kind of did it a little bit differently. And then I just wrapped it around each sausage. These are the like frozen ones that you can just heat up in the microwave. I figured that would cook the fastest along with the crescent rolls. I felt like raw sausage wouldn't do good. Like it wouldn't have enough time to cook properly. Or it'd be like overcooked if I went ahead and cooked it and then wrapped it up. So that's why I chose to use these, and it turned out perfect. So I'm just wrapping each sausage, and then I'm going to put them on a sheet pan and bake them in the oven at 375 for about 15 minutes. Here's what they look like when they came out of the oven, nice and golden brown. And then I just went and added some little candy eyeballs to the sausages that the kids were eating right then. We had sausages like left over, so I just reheated them in the air fryer the next day. And then to go with this, I made some scrambled eggs with cheese, and I also put some candy eyeballs on those just to make it fun. And then I drew a little jack-o'-lantern face on a mandarin orange for each of them. And then one of their favorite things is when I cut a banana in half and put some chocolate chips in it to make a little banana ghost. So they each had half a banana with that as well. Next up, we have pumpkin pancakes. Last year when I did pumpkin pancakes, they were flavored like pumpkin, and then I did like black syrup on them to make the eyes and the mouth. This year we're just doing chocolate chips. You can use whatever pancake mix you want to. I'm using this protein one from Aldi, and let me tell you, when I opened this, I was like, this smells awful. I hated the smell. I was like, hopefully the pancakes are good, and they were good. They were great, actually. We loved the pancake mix once it cooked up, but the smell of it was not good. So I just mixed that up according to the package directions, and then I'm going to take like 2 scoops of it out because I'm going to make some green pancake mix for the little stem of the pumpkin, and then orange, obviously, for the pumpkin. I just added in food coloring until I got it to be the color that I wanted. I did some orange, and then I ended up adding some red and some yellow to get it to be exactly the color that I wanted. And then for the green, I've got it in a Ziploc bag that it'll be easy to just do like a little bit of green for the stem. And I just added green food coloring to that, obviously, and then like squished it up until it was the green color that I wanted. Then you're gonna heat up your skillet and get it sprayed with like butter or a nonstick cooking spray. I have a nonstick like olive oil cooking spray, so that's what I'm using. And then you just put on some of your pancake mix. I'm using a ladle to get a nice like circle shape, and then I'm squeezing on the green at the top for a little stem, and just let it cook for a couple of minutes. You'll start to see like bubbles, and then it's time to flip it, and then you can carefully flip it over, and then on that side that is just cooked, that's not going to be like going face down again, that's where I added in my chocolate chips to make my little jack-o'-lantern face. And you just do like 1 for each eye, 1 for a nose, and then a line of them for the little jack-o'-lantern mouth. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I only made 1 of these per kid. The rest of the pancakes were just plain orange, or like they had some green in them. You'll see my plate. My plate just is like the ugliest pancakes ever. They're just green with like an orange like ring around them. That's mom life. You get the leftovers. So yeah, I was not doing this multiple times. this little jack-o'-lantern face. They just had a very cute one on top and then a plain orange pancake underneath. And my kids like their syrup on the side, so they had that for dipping, and then just an apple on the side as well. Finally, the last breakfast are these little jack-o'-lantern breakfast pockets. So I'm starting off by cooking up some sausage. If you wanted to do bacon, you could also do that, but I'm just going to cook up my sausage and get it nice and browned. And then I'm going to use the paper towel trick to drain off the grease because this was pretty greasy. And then I like to push my sausage to the side and add in my scrambled eggs. So this is a pound of sausage, and then I did, I think, 6 eggs. And I did some salt and pepper in those eggs as well, and just cooked those up until they're nice and cooked. And then I added in some shredded cheddar cheese. I actually did this part of the breakfast the night before, so I wouldn't have to worry about doing too much. And I just let this then cool and stuck it in the fridge overnight so that I could just like scoop it into the pockets in the morning. It made everything a lot quicker, because I'm not very much of a morning person. I like to do minimal stuff. That's why the like what's for breakfast videos are not happening very often, because I like simple. With like trying to do homeschool and everything with the kids, I just needed to cut back on like the bigger breakfasts and just do simple things. So the next morning, all I had to do was take my pan, which I have this cute jack-o'-lantern. I think it's supposed to be like a cookie pop pan or something. I've seen skull pans like this, any kind of like Halloween theme pan. You can even do this for other holidays as well. But any kind of cute pan like this, you're going to want to spray it with cooking spray. I was really worried that this was going to stick, but spray it with cooking spray and you shouldn't have any issues. And then we're going to take some crescent rolls. I'm going to be using 2 tubes of crescent rolls because my pan had 6 jack-o'-lanterns, and to fill each jack-o'-lantern, you're going to be using 2 of the triangles, and there's only 8 triangles. So you're going to take 2 of the triangles and make like a rectangle and cover it, like cover the shape of your pan and kind of press it in there. And make sure you leave like half of it hanging off so that you can then fold it over your filling, put the filling mixture in, fold it over your filling, and kind of press it together. I feel like it's easier to see me do it than me explain doing it. You just want to pinch it together really nicely so you get like a little breakfast kind of like hot pocket thing. And then repeat that for all of the sections of the pan. If I was only using 1 tube of crescent rolls, I'd only be able to do 4 of these. So I did have some leftover crescent dough and leftover filling that I just kind of rolled up separately and didn't make it into jack-o'-lantern shapes. But once I got them all like pocketed up, then I just put these in the oven on 375, and these baked for about 18 minutes until they got nice and golden brown. And then I just let them cool in the pan for a few minutes, and then just took like a rubber spatula and just popped them out. They popped out super easily. I was a little worried about them sticking, but they came out easily, and I think they turned out really cute. The only thing that I would do differently maybe next time is buy one of those like edible food markers and like color in the eyes and the nose and the mouth to really make it pop. But the kids loved it as it was. I just think that it would make it pop a little bit more. To go with them, they had one of those little banana ghosts again with the chocolate chips for eyes and little mouth. And then I also gave them some vanilla Greek yogurt and did chocolate chips for eyes and a mouth in that as well. And those are my Halloween breakfasts that I have to share with you this year. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you got some new ideas. I try to do like different things than what I see everybody else sharing, but still my kids like some of the same stuff and they like to see me make it year after year. So I try to incorporate some of that stuff as well. I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I will see y'all on Sunday for the What's for Dinner.